Spring 1945. Nazi Germany was collapsing. As Allied forces pushed deeper into the Reich, they encountered something that would shock even battle-hardened veterans. Children in Wehrmacht uniforms, barely old enough to shave, manning anti-tank weapons and artillery positions. The Hitler Youth, Hitlerjugend, had been training Germany's boys since 1933. What began as camping trips and political indoctrination evolved into something far darker. By 1945, with Germany's adult male population decimated, the Nazi regime turned to its final reserve, children. Boys as young as 12 were captured by American forces. Some had received only half a day of training before being handed Panzerfaust anti-tank weapons and sent to face Allied tanks. Children aged 8 were found manning artillery positions alongside girls operating anti-aircraft guns. American soldiers had prepared themselves to face fanatical Nazi resistance. Instead, they found towns populated almost entirely by women, children, and the elderly. The young boys in oversized helmets, clutching weapons they could barely carry, presented a moral crisis. I remember the first time we captured a group of Hitler Youth. They were terrified kids, some crying, some defiant. They'd been told we would kill them. Instead, we gave them chocolate. American soldiers were surprised by what they encountered. These child soldiers weren't the fanatics they expected. They were scared, malnourished children who had been thrust into a nightmare not of their making. Many GIs had sons of their own back home. Looking at these young German boys, some still with baby faces, they couldn't see enemies. They saw children. Reports from the field describe American servicewomen, nurses, Red Cross workers, and support staff treating captured child soldiers with maternal compassion. In field hospitals and processing centers, these women saw past the enemy uniform to the frightened children beneath. When kindness replaced expected brutality, many of these young soldiers broke down. Some historians note that the simple act of being treated humanely, being given food, medical care, and spoken to with gentleness, caused profound emotional reactions in boys who had been prepared only for violence. The use of child soldiers was one of the Third Reich's final desperate acts. Near the end of the war, huge numbers of underage boys were removed from schools and sent on what were essentially suicide missions. 15-year-old Heinz Schuetze from Leipzig received half a day of training before being given an SS uniform and directed to the front lines. He was one of thousands. During the Battle of Berlin, child soldiers as young as 12 defended the city's ruins. Most were ordered to discard their uniforms and go home when captured. Many had nowhere to go. The psychological scars on these child soldiers lasted lifetimes. They had been indoctrinated, armed, and sent to fight in a war created by their elders. When the fighting stopped, they faced a shattered country and an uncertain future. American occupation forces worked to denazify Germany and separate the children from the ideology that had been forced upon them. The compassion shown by individual soldiers and support staff, treating these young people as victims rather than perpetrators, played a small but significant role in Germany's post-war rehabilitation. Today, the story of Germany's child soldiers serves as a reminder of war's cruelest dimension, the exploitation of innocence. When children are taught to hate, armed, and sent to kill or be killed, everyone loses their humanity. The American servicemen and women who chose compassion over vengeance demonstrated that even in war's darkest moments, humanity can prevail. Children as young as 8 were captured fighting for Nazi Germany in 1945. Most were sent home. Some found kindness where they expected only death.